I got a call telling me that I had been exposed to someone on the plane, and so they were just gonna take me somewhere. And I asked them, where the hell are you gonna take me? And then they were like, we don't know. Hello guys, it's George Anastasi here, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm gonna talk to you guys about the strangest things that happened to me in quarantine in 4 different countries. Now, I'm not gonna go into complete detail about why I had to quarantine in 4 different countries, but I'm really gonna focus on some of the weirdest things that occurred during that time. So let's get into this. So the first place that I was quarantined in was in Kuwait, and we were put under a curfew, and during that curfew we were not allowed to leave by any means. The strangest thing that happened during that time was the real dystopian feeling when quarantine hit. Now, if any of you have lived in the Middle East, you'll know that when they implement rules, they mean it. They're not gonna mess around. Like, if you break it, you're not gonna get like a little tap on the wrist. You are going to prison for a long, long time. So after a few weeks of curfew, we started seeing on social media people being outed, almost as if to say like, this could be you if you break curfew. And I just could not stop thinking about George Orwell and 1984. And I saw a video of a guy walking down the street, and it seemed as though maybe he hadn't realized that it had hit 5 p.m. and he noticed the police beckoning him over, and then he got really scared and he went into the lobby to hide or just to like act like, okay, no, I'm inside. And they literally grabbed him by the scruff of the neck, yanked him out and shoved him in the police car, and God knows where he went. The second country that I was quarantined in self-isolation was in the countryside in Bedford. And the strange thing that occurred is that when I was staying in this farmhouse in the countryside, when I was in my room, I remember once hearing next door a man and a woman. They just arrived, and I could hear them speaking very loudly about politics. They were talking about like Donald Trump and Boris Johnson and the pandemic and how borders were closing and what they'd suggest. And it was almost as though they were having a business meeting. I didn't think much of it until my host knocked on my door, and she was like, "Hi, is everything all right? Like, I'm really sorry about the people next door." She was like, they come here like from time to time, like every 3-4 weeks, a man and woman, and they stay there for about an hour or 2 and then they leave. I'm sorry if you heard like sex sounds or something like that. And I was like, no, I didn't actually. I actually heard people talking politics. And she was like, oh, that's really strange. And I found that really strange because she said that they come every 3 weeks, and the fact that they were just sitting in there talking about politics, like maybe they get a kick from talking about politics, like maybe they get off on that. I don't know, but that was really strange. Now, the third country that I was quarantined in was in Cyprus. Now, the strangest thing about me being quarantined in Cyprus was when we got off the plane and had to get a swab test. Now, I had never in my life experienced a swab test. Nobody told me what a swab test was. I knew that we had to get tested for the illness that shall not be named, but I didn't know that they put a stick this long up your nose. And look, I've had it in the UK since, and they do it really politely and very gently. When we did it in Cyprus, there were these booths with like curtains, and this lady takes out this long stick and she, without warning, pushes my head back and just literally sticks this thing far up my nose. And because like obviously I'm like tensing and like I'm in shock, I think like the hole closed up, or I was like wriggling around, and she was like trying to get it in and she couldn't, and she like speaks out, she's like, "It's not going in," she says to the other nurse in Greek. It was just so traumatic, and like tears were running down my eyes, and I was just like came out like I just like been through something so traumatic. I must have looked so crazy to everyone. But it was like a really shocking and very strange way of doing the swab test, I've since learned. The fourth and final place is China, which is actually the country I'm currently in, and I'm still quarantined here. Now, honey, I can tell you, I can make a whole video on the strange things that happened to me in China, but we ain't got all day. The strange thing was, after about 3 days of me being quarantined, I got a call telling me that I had been exposed to someone on the plane, and so they were just gonna take me somewhere. And I asked them, where the hell are you gonna take me? Well, I didn't say where the hell, I was like, where are you gonna take me? And then they were like, we don't know. And I was just like, what the hell? And I called my friend and I was like, oh my God, like, where are they gonna take me? She was like, I'm so sorry, they're gonna take you to a hospital. You're gonna get a test for the illness that shall not be named there. And then they're gonna keep you in the hospital for an extra 3 weeks. No, please, no. But long story short, it didn't happen that way. But it was still so strange because in the morning, like, they knocked on my door, they told me they were going to take me to a hotel, and the guys were in like a full white bodysuit, right, with goggles and like foot covers and hand covers. And the guy doesn't only spray my suitcase, but when I walk out onto the corridor and walk towards the elevator, the guy is literally spraying the air behind me. So everywhere I walk, he's literally spraying as though I'm like a moving bacteria. And in that moment, I was like, where in the hell am I? And what in the hell kind of society am I in? Am I in like futuristic society? I feel like I have stepped into 4 very unusual paradigms, and it has been a crazy journey to say the least, but I'm so thankful that I got to experience them. I feel like it's added color to my life, and it's added the possibility of me telling so many stories and sharing these stories to you, and I look forward to having more crazy experiences, but no more quarantine, please. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Before we end this video, I was gonna tell you guys about where I'm going with my YouTube channel moving forward. Recently, I was picked up by Greek Beat Radio to be their worldwide correspondent, which means that they want me to make Greek content on their channel. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you will notice that a lot of my videos lately have been interviews about the Greek diaspora. Even though I love making videos like that, now that I've been picked up by Greek Beat Radio, I'm going to be making a lot of content on there about the Greek diaspora. So I thought it was only fitting to keep the Greek content on there. So if you are here to watch Greek content, then definitely go over to Greek Beat Radio, and you'll be seeing me on there monthly, going out in the world, finding the Greekness wherever I am in the world. And it's super exciting. We've just posted one up recently about me finding the Greek in Edinburgh. So definitely go check that out. Now, the kind of videos I'm going to be making on this channel is going to be more about the weird and wonderful things of cultures and subcultures all around the world. For those of you who don't know yet, I've lived in over 10 countries now, and I'm constantly moving around, and so I have so many stories to tell about the weird and wonderful things about subcultures in these countries, and that's what really excites me. So much like this video where I talk about the strangest things that occurred to me, these kinds of things are constantly happening to me, and so I'm doing a disservice if I'm not sharing this stuff with you. So I'm really excited to do that. So it's going to be some story times, some mukbangs, trying weird and wonderful food, and who knows, now I'm in China, maybe I should like go out to the malls and go and investigate some weird and wonderful inventions, because this place seems to be really futuristic. I'm sure there's a lot out there. So that's the kind of content I'm going to be making from here onwards on this channel. And if you are here for the Greek diaspora, then head over to Greek Beat Radio and subscribe to them. Okay, guys, if you enjoyed this content and want to see more of it, then definitely subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one.